Him has finally arrived. I can finally stop dodging spoilers. And here's what I thought. To start the movie off, I got the feeling that this movie it felt cheap and basic. And it didn't feel like that throughout the whole runtime, but there were certain things where it felt like they either cut corners on or they just went a cheap, quick route, a quick fix to get some things out. Using fake NFL teams, I understand a lot of movies have to do that, but the fake NFL teams already kind of takes you out of it. It just doesn't feel natural. With Marlon, they're building up his character, Isaiah White, as the GOAT, and they just did a lot of tropes that we talk about all the time. Kobe taking the shower picture with the championship trophy, just showing him celebrate some of his championships. It looked and felt like when you win the Super Bowl on Madden. Then they show like a gruesome injury. It just wasn't realistic. It just looked ridiculous, and it took me out. It made me say, okay, this is where we're going. This is the type of movie this is. Okay, I get it. So it had a cheap, basic feeling to it, and it did it on multiple levels, not just the visuals and like the cliche stuff they threw at you. Some of the script felt kind of basic or cheap. Like at the beginning, like I said, they talk about a lot of stuff we talk about in our GOAT conversations, and they tried to hit on that about how we groom our kids for sports, and they treat these athletes like cattle. And it was trying to hint on some profound things. It never fully ties those feelings and thoughts up throughout the rest of the movie. So that felt cheap to me. We're going to present this like we're going to say something really deep, but then we're just going to forget about it the rest of the movie. So a lot of it felt cheap or basic to me. The performances. Tyreek Withers has won me over. I thought he was excellent in this movie. He looks the part. He definitely looks like a professional athlete. He moved and showed mannerisms like he was truly a professional quarterback. I thought he was the best part of the movie. He did a great job of showing the pressure that a young man in this position would have, and how all the noise around him is suffocating. They did a really good job of that. His family dynamic, he having the weight of the world on his shoulders. He did an exceptional job of displaying that. For Marlon, this is a step in the right direction of him becoming a serious actor. This is a hard role to play as the GOAT or the elite professional athletes. There's so many layers to these type of characters, being great athletically, having charisma, but being like high society and sedity, and like a GOAT would, like a rich billionaire would. It's a lot of layers to this. So this is a really hard role. And for the most part, I thought Marlon did a really good job with it. I just needed more menace out of this character to be a villain in a horror story. I didn't get the menace that I needed to really like feel like this was a home run performance from Marlon. But I did enjoy his performance. It's still a lot to work on, but this is definitely a step in the right direction for him. The story, I guess it's a story that you expect. It wasn't executed well. I just feel like it was like a montage of conversations we have about goats and the Illuminati, and what, when you have celebrities in this high of ranking, some of the sacrifices they might make are things we say that they do in order to reach this level of success. And they threw a lot of that stuff around, but ultimately the story didn't come together to give me anything satisfying. I didn't care for the finale. It left a lot of open, unanswered questions. And I just wasn't satisfied with the story I got from it. And I don't feel the writing was very well done. They tried to go for a lot of like shock value. And even though I thought this was going to get real satanic, I thought it was light. I thought it was a lot lighter on the satanic stuff than I expected, but it still went to the level of where like, it's like, what's going on here? Hallucination and dream sequences in movies, I think it might be time to retire those. It's kind of like a cheat code for bad writing. Like you just put stuff in there for shock value, but put your hands up like, oh well, he was just dreaming. That didn't mean anything. And I I think I'm over that now. You know what I mean? For people to use those tropes in movies, you have to do it very well, and this wasn't done well. I just didn't care. So overall, I did not like the movie. I gave him 5.7 out of 10. I give it 2 thumbs down. But Tyreek Withers has officially won me over. He's an actor that I want to see in more stuff, that I believe in, that he can deliver the goods. Marlon did not kick the door down with this performance and really announce his arrival as a serious actor, but he is still moving in the right direction, and I'm still looking forward to him, expanding his career in these situations. Let me know what you thought about him.